trying to avoid grinding or just know how much you actually need to and where, in today's FieldLink tip number 18, we're going to show you how to collect 25,000 square feet of a newly poured deck and find exactly where the high and low spots are in about 25 minutes. So had a couple of videos already showing you how to collect scans quick and easy in the field with FieldLink on the tablet. Here you can actually see a full deck of what we collected. There are about 11 scans, all about a minute and a half or a minute with the X9 scanner. In this demo, we were actually had the total station set up over here. We're just doing some traditional topo and just measuring out to that. Here you can actually see where we have a elevation stake as well too that we're able to actually match almost exactly there. Off a couple thousandths. Now, one of the big advantages of scanning this is I'm going to get the entire deck, and I'm going to see what's high and low, exactly where it was, and even without walking by. B is line of sight. Here you can actually see the total station, where it could be cut off from people walking around or like an elevator shaft like you see here. So going through and collecting all the scans fairly quickly. Before I go into the floor analysis, I'd want to do a refinement. Again, very quick process on FieldLink. In the tablet out in the field, I can see my overall refinement error. Still fairly low. I could get that lower with a couple more scans or a higher scan, but it's good to check that before then I go into the floor analysis tool. So jumping to the floor analysis tool, I simply just hit the plus sign to create a floor. And then I drag this to the area I want to analyze. I can use the full cloud, which is great for doing FFFL where I need more density. I will also, actually for this one, I won't use the full cloud, but I will do the identify floor. What that'll do is actually get rid of all the scan points that are deemed not to be part of the floor. It does a really good job. It won't get everything, but you can see it did clean that up very nicely. So after the floor has been created, I could come here and start drawing FFFL lines. Very big floor. It'll actually take me quite a while to do that. But if I'm just doing a topo, I would go in here and I could set my grid spacing and then start to set my 259.46 reference elevation that I want to go to. Now, that's something I can change. You may want to use finished floor height, or you just want to actually represent what is the best even point. I can simply input that, or I can select it on the screen there. I then want to set my tolerance. 0.02 over foot is about a 1/4 inch high and low. So anything that is a 1/4 inch high will be in red. Anything that's 1/4 inch low will be in blue. So after I start to generate that grid, it's going to make a point every 10 feet and then grab the nearest scan point and assign that its elevation. So very quick topo. Now, once that's done here, we'll see how that floor looks just with an outline. I will put in the cloud outline. You can see a little bit of a dip there in the middle. I could bring this up to, let's say, 1/2 inch if needed, just to represent or try and show over this kind of larger area what is in and out. You can see a little bit more has come down, obviously, by increasing those tolerances. But really what it's showing me is where my bumps are, where I will probably need to grind here on the corner where it could have come up. I can then create those points, have a report created as well too. So here you can see that total area high, total area low, etc., and then create those points. So those points are now essentially FieldLink like layout points. They're topo points. I can export them as a DWG or CSV and then send them into Connect or any CAD or BIM platform that I want to actually display with that. So moving back here, here you can see we have a couple topo points for the total station. And we can start to confirm that they match within a 1/4 inch. Again, a total station is going to change, and depending on how we collect them, we'll be in and out, but we do have a fairly good match in between all those points, and it's something that I would encourage you to do and check as well. So simply by saving the project back to Connect, by going to More Projects, Manage, and then Save As to Connect, all that data will save back. The other thing I generally like to do before doing that is actually snap a couple images, like you see here, by just going to the measure button, select, and snapping some images that will also save there. So what that'll look like is here we actually have an image opened up here on the back that I can turn off, but I also have my DWG grid line and my topo points. As I zoom in, you can see my DWG is going to be at 0, and then my points are going to be at correct elevation. You can even start to see here the DWG exported out there on the background there. That's what those lines are. So I can even open that in a CAD editor here and connect, or I could send them to CAD if need be. Now the value here is I can just share this. It's not going to share everything, essentially not the entire floor, where there may be some issues, but usually about 90% of the floor is good. It's about 10% that needs to be fixed. But I have a really quick and easy topo there, collected in about 25 minutes, analyzed in another 4, if we're going to be honest. I did it here on my PC, but this is actually all a process that'd be done on the tablet out in the field. And if I need to, I could always look at other areas of interest. I have that floor captured within the 3 days of pour, and the arguments really become very, very little, and communication is very quick with that as well too. So please reach out to your nearest Building Point representative if you have any additional questions. Thanks.